Hey guys, it's your legal bestie, attorney Simone. Come on in here. Come on in here. We're gonna do a quick wrap up after court. Come on, trial is over. It is over for Jane. Her testimony has wrapped. Yeah, there was a lot. There was a lot going on. Come on in here. I want to see you guys in the chat as they come on in here. But it is officially over for Jane Doe. It was explosive. Hold on a second. There we go. It was explosive. So basically, there was a text exchange that was presented to Jane that just really said, "Penny, do you mind coming on my? I got my live right here. Okay. Yes, yes. I wanted to talk to them about how it was that when the prosecution shared that text message stream. So it was an exchange between Paul and I keep wanting to call him Kanye. It's not Kanye. Paul and Diddy. Paul and Diddy.
Not Yeezy.
Not Yeezy. And this is that girl, honey. Make sure you go over to her channel, hit subscribe there as well. And basically, it just totally shook. It totally shook her. She was not ready.
She wasn't. I mean, after doing all of this for days of I did it for my lover.
Yeah, I did it for my lover. All this kind of stuff.
Make love with him.
Yep.
Now you find out that there's a whole text thread where you were getting all of this time and
Yep.
all of this attention that you wanted from him, only to find out that he was trying to coerce you or use an escort
Yeah.
to coerce you back into those hotel rooms. Like
Yeah.
she didn't come back from that.
Yeah, she was so hurt.
She was.
Yeah, it was just so hurt. So basically, it was an exchange. Thank you, girl. It was an exchange between Kanye and Paul the prostitute, where I keep saying Kanye, Diddy, where Diddy is telling him, "Hey, I need you to help me coerce her," because she had developed a friendship with Paul the prostitute, and she had become reluctant to engage in those freak offs. But it was really clever. At first, I was like, "Ooh, wow!" But it was very clever that at the very end they included that because it seemed like some of the best evidence of him coercing her. I don't feel like they had anything as strong previously of coercion until they got to that message exchange because it was clear. Diddy was saying, "I need your help to convince her to do this freak off." Now, convincing isn't illegal. It's coercion that is. But that string could very well, that text message string between Paul the prostitute and Diddy, could very well have turned the minds of a juror or two who were on the fence before to feel like perhaps now it is coercion. Now, there's still some of the other difficult facts that I talked about for before. Let me see. Wow. Yeah. But she is done. She's done on the stand. But there was also testimony that was solicited where um, today she reiterated and she talked about how she enjoyed Paul. She liked Paul. She had an affinity for him. They were friends. Oh, and guys, it's all but been confirmed that Diddy was also upset when he found out that she attended a freak off without him. That was the one in Vegas. And yes, it appears that that was allegedly Kanye and Bianca. Bianca's a little butt naked self. Is it Simone? Uh-uh. But he did mess her up. Yeah, no, he definitely did some stuff to her. Yeah, I'm looking at the comments. Yeah, Kanye definitely did do some things to mess her up. Why do I go to the courtroom after lunch? Because I like the afternoon testimony better than the before afternoon. If you didn't notice, today's testimony was duplicative. I got stuff to do and I have a job in addition to this stuff, right? So I like going after because it allows me to get my work done. And so the testimony yesterday, I have to tell you, the testimony today was absolutely the same thing we heard yesterday. It was just reiterating. I felt like they as in the defense, really wanted to just reinforce the fact that she did have some control. Now, there was also a really interesting text exchange or an exchange between Diddy and her, where Diddy was like, "What is it going to take for us to just break up? I want to break up. What is it going to take? How much do you want for us to split?" And she told that man $450,000. She wanted $150,000 per year to break up. So it was a lot of discussion. I think the prosecution, will have difficulty proving the financial coercion because she had no problem dropping the numbers that she wanted, negotiating what she wanted. So it says she was ready to throw hands last minute. It was really clear that she's fully comfortable negotiating and naming her price. And when Diddy was like, "Hey, how much do you need to go away?" But then she didn't want to go away. So he's like, "I'm not about to give you this money and you still stick around and stress me." So there was that interaction too. It said she said that she made yes, she said that she made, and that what actually wasn't new. She's talked about the other day too, that she'll make $50,000 on like one or two deals on OnlyFans. So for those of you guys who feel she was financially coerced, how does that go into the equation? I don't understand how you can be financially coerced when you can just kind of snap your fingers and make a quick 50,000. I think it's going to be difficult for this jury of all American workers to feel that that creates financial coercion. You choose not to work. You have the capacity and the ability to make more than some people can make all year with a snap of a finger, with the twist of your hips, and you don't want to. Did we hear that right? Yes, $50,000 on like um, what is it? Content creation contracts. Mhm. Like OnlyFans. She has like a few clients that will give her that. No way, you can't. No way, can't pay to go away. Yeah, 50K was for her highest month. Again, month, but she just chose not to work in other months. She had the ability to easily make funds. So I think that that totally undercuts the whole financial coercion. Because again, when they're saying, well, financial coercion, he was going to take the roof off of her head. Again, she chose to apply the money to the roof over her head. She could have put it towards anything she wanted to. Um, he really wanted to get rid of her. Yeah, if you're willing to pay that type of money. Now, he did not ultimately give her that money. He did continue to pay and is continuing to pay her rent, continuing to pay for her legal fees. But no, he is not. He did not pay that 150 a year that she wanted. Oh, and this whole shenanigans about, oh, there's a missing phone, there's a surprise phone. Lies, 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 lies. What it really is, or misunderstanding. I'm going to say misunderstanding. Really, what it is the phones at issue, those phones were seized last September of 2024. So the government, they've been in the government's possession this whole time. But what it is that the government wants to submit a text message exchange between Diddy and KK, where they are talking about how in June, last June, Diddy discovered the phone, but did not give it to the government until the government seized it when they arrested him in September. So that could be used to help prove RICO, to help prove obstruction, to help prove that they were withholding evidence. And by they, it would be KK and Diddy. So it's not a missing phone. It's that the government has gone through that phone, found a text message exchange, and Diddy's lawyers are saying, no, 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 that exchange should not be submitted into evidence. It's protected by attorney client privilege because KK was his staff member. And there is two types of privilege. There's a privilege between you and your lawyer, and then if you're a business entity, your staff, the business staff, and the lawyers, if that makes sense. Okay. Hey, so OnlyFans is cool now. I mean, if you're making 50K a month, look, if your complaint is I don't want to have sex with prostitutes anymore for an allowance, and you can completely and legally make 5 times your allowance in 1 month on OnlyFans, how is that financial coercion? I need help getting there. I'm missing something. What's the setup for tomorrow? DT must be scared with the Weinstein case. The prosecution spent the story about the phone. That's not not really. It wasn't a missing. I don't think the prosecution is who spent that story. No, I don't think it was them who did that. Because if you read the documents, that's not what it says in there. Exactly. She was hustling backwards. So how is she comfortable with OnlyFans? I don't, because it's a money game for her. It's a money game, but also it was also very telling, and I believe detrimental to the coercion claim regarding the S trafficking and how she didn't really want to do it. When she wanted, she would withhold those hotel nights when she was mad at him and give them to him when he was doing what she wanted. Specifically, there was the example, she found out that he had taken Young Miami out the country. So, in doing that, she sees that he's with her. She calls him, cusses him out, and says, "If you don't get home right now, we're not going to have a hotel night on Valentine's Day," which was coming up. What did he do? He brought us behind home, and what did she do? Give him the hotel night of her life. In fact, she had two dicks for him, not just one, two D's. That was the first time they ever did the double D's, two at one time. Usually it would just be like, running laps, you know, like a like a vaginal relay race, one and then the other. But that was the first time she testified that she'd ever done two at one time and let him really enjoy that set of shenanigans. So for tomorrow, tomorrow is supposed to be, there is, I think it's Jonathan, I can't remember his last name, but he was Diddy's personal assistant during this time period from 21 until 2024. There's one other person, I can't remember that person's name. And then there is someone who is called basically a paralegal that works for the prosecution. And she's going to present some summary chart. They call her a summary witness. She's going to present a summary chart that's supposed to help the jury kind of summarize all the witnesses that have been presented for the prosecution so that it makes it a little bit easier for them to process. Oh, and also I did confirm juror number 6 that's at issue. The judge has not yet made a decision, but that juror is a guy. I think he was a guy that wore, well, I won't say what he wore, but or the particular black guy that was there every, that I saw all the time. Oh, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you for your coverage. All right, thank you guys. All right, I gotta go. I gotta go do the rest of my other work. Thank you guys so much. Hit that subscribe, hit that like. Y'all have a great day. Bye. Drop your questions below, and I'll do my best to get them answered. Bye.